Welcome back to the Odyssey. I am Mike Odyssey. And my friends, I think it is my duty to bring order to the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal fiasco that's going on out there, okay? There are people out there, and I'm not talking about content creators. I'm not talking about news channels. We have no fault in this. We only pass on information, right? We hear things and we pass it on, but we don't really make the news unless it's Mike Odyssey finding a patent here for you, which in this case, I'm going to show you one. But when it comes to making the news, right, there are people out there with opinions that basically there is no confirmation or proof of them, right? And so I'm going to present to you 3 pieces of information with proof in this video that tells us Nintendo Switch 2 will not be coming later in 2025. It's coming in 2025, but not at the end like people are suggesting. And I'm talking about, when I mean people suggesting, I mean apparent people who have information from sources, and developers told me that they have not heard anything. Of course they haven't heard anything. They're not going to be told anything because Nintendo's not going to tell them anything. That's how it is. I worked for Apple for 10 years. I didn't even know when the iPhone came out. That's how it is. Developers don't work for Nintendo. Some employees who work for Nintendo don't even know when the Nintendo next gen system is going to come out. That information is kept at a higher level. And I mean, I work for Apple corporate, and I didn't even know when the iPhone was coming out or iOS or anything. I knew the timeline because it's based on pattern, but we had no clue what was coming and when it was coming, right? And this is at corporate level, not even at the retail level. We don't know anything. So when it comes to even Nintendo employees, a lot of them don't know even. So imagine, developers are going to know. People who are outside are going to know exact information about Nintendo release period. That's why I'm like, guys, don't even listen to these people out there. But let me go ahead to the proof. Okay, the proof is in the pudding. I don't like that saying, but still, let's talk about proof. Okay, the number one proof is Shintaro Furukawa. He is the president of Nintendo of Japan, of the main office of the home poncho, you want to call him. He said on Twitter, "We will announce the system within this fiscal year." He didn't say, "Oh, we're going to announce the system at the very end of this fiscal year." No, he said within this fiscal year. Now, if you're going to make an announcement that big, and you're going to say, we're going to announce the system within this fiscal year, you actually say within this fiscal year, and you give people the gist. Yeah, it's going to be within this fiscal year. If you are going to make people wait till the very last moment of the fiscal year, you say, yeah, we're going to announce this system towards the end of this fiscal year. That's what it means. No, but he said within this fiscal year. Okay? Proof number 1. Number two. We do have a leaker who did mention the Nintendo Switch coming in 2025, which was the very first person who mentioned it for 2025. He was the only one at the beginning when everybody went crazy. No, it's 2024, including me, because I wanted to see in 2024. And so he was right. We are in August, right? And so at this point, there is no Switch announcement yet, no reveal, and therefore the best next thing is 2025, next year. And so this person got it immensely correct. He was the first one. He has not spoken since, and he came back recently and mentioned and said, hey, I have more information on Nintendo's release schedule. Nintendo seems to be following the same schedule they did with Nintendo Switch. They revealed the system in October. They presented a stage presentation in January, and they released the system in March. And so he mentions that Nintendo looks to be following the same schedule. Now, following the same schedule doesn't have to be following the same schedule to the T. Nintendo could reveal the system in October or November. Nintendo could give that presentation in January or February, and Nintendo can release the system in March, April, or May. And those are 3 really good months that are very possible. And yeah, when you release a system in April, it does fall out of this fiscal year because the fiscal year ends in March. So when you hear, "Oh no, it's not coming this fiscal year," don't be sad or scared of that little phrase there. Fiscal year, it ends in March. So if the Nintendo Switch is announced and it's comes out in April, which is just literally a month away from March, then it already falls into the next fiscal year. Remember, take a look at this. Nintendo needs to push some games and promote them so that next holiday season becomes a grander and bigger one, right? Nintendo will do that because next summer is where all the game events happen. You think Nintendo's going to miss out on all that free promotion? No. They will release the system in the beginning half of the year. So from January to May, right? And so, write my words, keep my words, pinpoint this video. Now let's move to that was number 2. Let's go to number 3. I'm here at the patent website. Before products are revealed, there are always patents. Go in this channel, search for Nintendo Switch patent. Search for Nintendo Switch edition. You'll see that every single edition Switch that has been announced, I have given a patent video before that, telling you that an edition Switch is coming. Go search after this video, do that search for yourself, and if you want to come back here and leave a comment, you can do so. But every single product is announced, Nintendo releases the patent towards the end. They don't wait like months and months and months, but they do it like 3 to 4 months before. In this case, they are going to announce the system. Once the system is out there, it's announced. We see it with our eyes. It has a name, it has a form factor and everything. Then guess what? The patents are going to flow after that even more, giving you more specifications and actually pinpointing to that specifically. Now, I am here on the patent website. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to see here. First thing, I'm going to go over here to the actual patent here, and I'm going to show you one thing that we discussed over in the live stream yesterday. If you want to see more, I'm going to discuss this in the live stream, right here. This is the Nintendo Switch 2 lineup here, okay? And what we're talking about is the new controller button for the Nintendo Switch 2. But this one gives you more detail, okay? This one gives you more detail. It gives you the main button, the joystick button here. It gives you the actual button layout for the A, B, X, and Y. And then it gives you the actual newer button, okay? Now, this could be the Joy-Con or this could be the Pro Controller, but this layout button is what's going to be on Switch 2. You can come back to this video and confirm, but look at this. We have new mechanics. We got the slide forward and tilt. We got the slide forward and tilt back, and vice versa. We can slide back and tilt as the same thing. But not only that, now this new patent has been updated with what this tilt and this slide actually means and how it can be implemented into a game. And you guys can, I'll let you guys choose what game you think this belongs to in the chat. I'm not even going to mention one game whatsoever. You guys have that privilege, okay? It says it right here, but it's sideways. Let's go ahead and look at this one. Right here. Take a look at that. Right here. The basically, to explain more, this low mark, the velocity here, low, means that you are sliding the controller slightly instead of doing it fast. Okay, so if you slide the controller slightly, it becomes a low velocity movement, and it makes it so that you do a forward roll. Okay, if you do the same thing backwards, you slide the controller backward, that joystick or Joy-Con, whatever, backwards slowly, it do the backwards roll. If you do it to the side, it makes a cartwheel, right? And now if you just jam that controller like really fast, and it'll do a front roll jump. Same thing with the backwards, same thing with the cartwheel. And jump cartwheel is more like a cartwheel without the hands on the ground, the jump cartwheel. And so these are mechanics, and this is the action. What happens when you do the same exact thing? For example, we go back over here to the actual controller, and we see the actual motion right here. Whenever you do this, right? You do this right here, and you do it slowly to the front and not kind of really fast. And you tilt, it'll do a roll, like a little barrel roll, right? If you do it fast, it'll do like a jump like spin roll. Same thing with this part, backwards, and same thing, right? So right here, this is the first patent, talks about Nintendo Switch 2, the new controller. My friends, this is new information, okay? This was out yesterday. I covered it yesterday live on the channel as it was published. Literally seconds, I was making a live stream as it was published because I'm always in this website. Now let's go to patent number 2, okay? Patent number 2, I think this is the one, if I'm not mistaken. This is a controller, but this is a controller, but there's something here that you need to look at, because there are rumors out there that spoke about this specific thing regarding Nintendo Switch 2, and it's in this patent to confirm. So I'm about to confirm, well, I did it yesterday, but I'm about to confirm one of the actual rumors out there. Remember the magnetic Nintendo Switch controllers? Well, if you can see right here, this is the Nintendo Switch without the Joy-Cons. The left side goes here, the right side goes here, but take a look at what we have here. Magnetic force sensor. Now, the Nintendo Switch 2 also has an ambient light, which adjusts your screen for visual. Maybe you're playing at night, and the screen gets a dimmer. Maybe you're playing in the sun, and the screen gets brighter, but it has an ambient light sensor. But this is the big one here. This is the big giveaway. Magnetic force sensor. Okay, this is the first illustration that shows the internals for the Nintendo Switch 2. Everything else is very familiar because it's just like the Nintendo Switch. It'll be a handheld system, and it'll be portable and dockable and all that stuff. So there's a lot here that it'll be the same, but we have this entire roll here. And the other part is that we have now 2 slots, which is not the SD slots. The current Nintendo Switch has only 1 slot. Actually, you know what? I know it takes a little more time of your time in your video, but if you look at this patent I'm about to show you, also shows the old model for Nintendo Switch, and let's see here. But you can actually see only has 1 slot. Device processor. This is another one, but let's go ahead and look at here. And I'm sorry to take too much of your time, but I want to show you the other patent for the Nintendo Switch, like the actual current Nintendo Switch patent. Okay, here we are. This is the Switch. You can see the entire image here, all of it together. And then when we get to the actual insides of it, all right, here we have the left terminal, right terminal, Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons slot. There's no slots here. There are no other features to it. We have all the stuff here, right? The processor, the power control, everything is the same. But when we go back to the newer one, you can see the difference within the actual system. We got all this entire part here. Even a cooling fan has been added here. We have a temperature sensor, an ambient light. The temperature sensor, I'm pretty sure, because it's going to be a more powerful system, so it might work together with the cooling fan in order to cool the system when the higher graphical games are part of it. Then we have the magnetic force sensor, which has to do with the Nintendo Switch. Now, nobody is covering this. I'm pretty sure other people will cover it after this, but nobody is covering this, you see? And so this is proof number 3. The patent is out. The very first one that shows the internals of the Nintendo Switch 2. That's proof number 3. My guys, my friends, my girls out there, Nintendo Switch 2 is on the way. There's no doubting it. There's no talking, saying, oh no, it's coming the end of this year. It's on its way. The patent's already there. This is the same exact pattern I'm used to following every single time I find the patent and then I see a product right after. So this just tells me that the reveal is coming very soon. And keeping with the first person who spoke about the Switch delay, and he was right. This is going to be, I believe it's also going to be following the same pattern. I've been talking about the same exact thing all the time. Nintendo's going to follow the same pattern as the Switch 2. Why? Because it's just easier for them to follow. And when it comes to fiscal year, right? If you release a system towards the end or the beginning of a fiscal year, it's just easier to take account for the sales numbers and to keep track of fiscal years when it comes to sales and all that stuff, the numbers and numbers and numbers, you know? And so with that, I want to hear what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think. I presented to you three things on this video that are very tangible. It's proven concepts, proven things that have been proven, right? Let me know what you guys think, and then I'll see you in the next one. Before I let you go, never give up and journey on. Peace.